Not the Randy Ricky. Oh, we're here. We're live. We're live at 11:05. And special guest today. I'm BC. This is Spirit Cars, and this is Josh, the voice of Spirit Cars behind the camera. But we have local legend here. This is the local Bondo Bob.
Yeah.
So I'm Bob BC, and you're Bondo Bob. So this is the Bob and Bob Show.
The Bob and Bob Show.
Yesterday we did a show and tried to have Randy and his buddy, hot rod buddy Ricky. And they were lifelong friends, and they were car guys. So Bob is, I know we're not lifelong friends, but we've known each other for a good lick.
27 years.
Wow, 27 years.
Yep.
I'm going to tell a story on you. I guess you could say you worked for us for a while, but I wouldn't call it working. You came in, you were helping us, and we had a body shop years ago, BC Auto Body. So the way Spirit has progressed, it was BC Auto Body South. There's still a BC Auto Body up in Wheaton, Illinois. And my brother runs it, big collision shop, awesome, does great quality work. And you had a body shop in Indiana.
Right.
And in that, you did a lot of custom work.
Yeah, we did. We did a lot of custom work, but at the time, you spent too much time doing custom work. So I got into collision work and got into unibody repairs and that. And then that's when I finally started making money. Hot rods was my passion.
Right.
But collision work paid my
Same
bills.
thing, yeah. So if they're different. We say you're a body man. If you're a collision body man, that's one thing. A collision body man doesn't necessarily make a good
No.
car
Restoration.
restoration guy or hot rod builder or whatever. Not that they can't. I've seen some excellent home hobby hot rod builders that the quality of the cars is awesome.
Oh yes, there's quite a few of them. Well, me and you started out like that. We didn't walk into a body shop. We started off at home.
Exactly. We started off at home,
Yep.
building cars
Yep.
out of the garage. I'm
Out of the
guessing you did
garage.
the same thing.
Yes.
My parents' garage. I was a junior in high school when I think I built my first.
Yeah.
I might have been a sophomore. I didn't have my license when I started my first car.
Well, that was the same way with me. I started when I was 14 and bought a '56 Chevy. Some guy had it for $10 for the body, and I bought it. And there was a Calumet automatic transmission across the street from my house, and they had a salvage yard when people didn't pick their cars up or they got them for parts and that. So I would work over there pulling transmissions out, and they'd let me go in their yard
Oh, we get some parts.
and pull parts. So I built this '56 Chevy, and at the time they didn't have Bondo or Feathered Light or any of that. It was
still lead.
it was black. No, it was Black
Oh, Black Magic. Okay,
Oh,
that's like rock.
Like rock.
Yeah.
So out of Black Magic and screening wire, I shaped a '56 Chevy, and I sprayed it with Hot Rod Black out of the can. And Jack Ulacki, who owned the shop, let me go over and pull parts. So I got a 265 and a 3-speed I put in it, and the whole time my dad's telling me that he's going to have to haul it away and this and that. And so the long shot of it is I got the car running. I got it primered Hot Rod Black. That's when window tinting came out in spray cans.
Oh, and you know, Speedway made a lick on that.
Yeah, they did.
He
they
came
did.
up with a new idea, imported, and so yeah, they made a lot of money selling that.
Yes, they did.
Anyway, that's
And-
free information.
Yeah, so I tinted the windows on it blue, and I drove it around from the backyard to in front of the house at 10 o'clock in the morning. I put a for sale sign on it, and about 10:30 we heard tires squealing on the street, and I thought somebody had hit it. It was two fellas come up to the house, asked me what I wanted for it, and I told them $275. They said, "Would you take $250?" And I said, "Yeah, I would." And they paid me. I handed them the title for it, and I looked at my dad, and he just shook his head. He said, "I'll never say another word." And from that time on, that's all I've done all my life is
Trading cars.
trading cars and building them and collision work. But Jack Ulacki, who owned a transmission shop, he knew what the 56 looked like, and after I got done with the black magic and the screening wire, he's the one that nicknamed me Bondo Bob. He said I could sculpture a car out of Bondo.
Bondo Bob.
And that.
I thought about here's the theme for what we're doing. I'm looking around here in my office here, and Eldon Titus, I mean, he's not here no more.
Right.
I got stuff everywhere. There's Barris cars on there. They're not here no more.
No.
I got my Ed Ross shrine in the back. He's not here no more. Norm, I mean, we may not have been best buddies, but we talked often and had a good time together.
Yeah.
And he's not here no more. A lot of guys not here no more.
No.
And we're reminiscing about the highway. There's a lot of people out there that have the same stories.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there are. You know.
So I'm thinking the theme of today,
Uh-huh.
don't get consumed with your car. The car is cool, but you're not who your car is. You're who you are.
Yeah.
And the car is just a reflection of you.
That's right.
I asked Bob, what were we going to talk about? He said, well, we can talk about the grandkids. We can, I mean, and we do. I mean,
Yeah.
we enjoy cars. We both do. I mean, it's more than a hobby for both of us.
Oh yeah, it's a lifelong passion.
Bob's a great car builder, and you still are. You're
Thank you.
a rod builder, and you've got a nice shop out in the woods behind your house, and you do that. And you still do that.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you still do it for folks. I mean, you can't stop doing it.
No, I'll help friends out. Matter of fact, I had one yesterday ask me about doing a 36 Ford. You remember Bud Graham?
Yeah, his son.
His son
Uh-huh.
wants to finish up his 36, and how much? And I told him, you know what? I'd rather come by and help you than charge you. You know, it's just that point in my life. I'd rather help somebody than charge somebody, you know, to do it.
Here's the story I was going to tell on you. And
Oh,
we're both at the same point. Now, I don't know if I should even tell this story or not, but he was writing the estimates and sorting my customers and making sure the company was making money. And this was a lot of collision work. I look at one of the estimates and it's got a PIA charge for like $150. And I look at this estimate, I'm like, wow, what is a PIA charge? And you told me what a PIA charge is. And my response to you was like, what am I supposed to tell the customer if he asks what a PIA charge is? I don't know. How many of you out there, if you're watching live, message right now if you know what a PIA charge is. Well, I'm curious.
if you was a body shop owner and dealt with people, you'd know what it
If by
was.
the end of this show, whoever is the first one that comes up with what a PIA charge is, can I give away something?
Yeah.
Here, can I give away some ornaments?
Yep.
Okay. I was going to do this
Uh-huh.
because I'm selling. I always got to have my selling shoes on.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I told my son last night or 2 days ago. You may watch this on YouTube or Facebook or who knows. We've done, and you and I have done a video on brakes.
We did.
It was like a 3 or 4 part.
3 or
thing.
4,
A lot
yes.
of people have watched that, and I watched it again. We may not be experts, but we did lay out the fundamentals of
Right.
brakes. So if you want to know about brakes, go on I think it's on T-Bucket TV at YouTube. But I get a comment from YouTube, and I don't answer the phone anymore. I don't really have to check email. I don't sign the checks. Josh runs it, and I'm just kind of like you, hanging out talking about the grandkids. Well, the message is like some guy wanted to talk about a certain car, gave his phone number, gave his name, and said had cash.
Mhm.
And so I'd seen that, and oh, did you know this Josh here deal with it? So he dealt with him the day before, and sure enough, we sold this guy a turnkey car. I haven't seen the paperwork for it yet, but it's on the books.
Mhm.
So I told my son last night or 2 nights ago, I'll be selling cars long after I'm dead.
Yeah.
So people will probably be watching this video. You know, we're going to be just another picture on the wall here pretty soon, which is
Yeah.
fine. So if we got a PIA charge yet?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute now. I'm
Yeah,
not
they
gonna,
already won.
so they won too?
Yeah.
Okay, you get a choice of Christmas. Corey. Now, we're old farts. You know Corey. You mentored
Well,
Corey.
Corey's the one that I kept on to do this
Yeah,
stuff.
so you mentored Corey, and then Corey actually came and worked for us. And
Right.
Corey's, he's he's a historian in for cars.
Oh yeah, it's for a young fellow.
For a young fellow.
You mentioned Daryl Starbird. You mentioned Bill Hines. You mentioned any of them guys. He knows exactly.
He blew me away because he starts whipping this off. I'm like, man, I know these guys, and I've talked to them, and I've been around them, and you're so young. How in the world? I've been doing it for all this. He just knew the history, and now he's been around.
Right.
So Corey is really a very excellent pinstripe.
Yes, he is.
So Corey has pinstriped these two, and I think we maybe have one or so others. These are for sale. We're selling these.
Mhm.
They're, I think, $40.
Yeah.
There's not many left. But Corey, and so the winner of the PIA charge gets the choice of these two. So okay, we can do that. Before we do that, I wanted to be so old school. I was going to be new school because we had Corey do and I didn't know we were going to do this, but this will work in. So I was like, all right, maybe I still have it. You stripe it all anymore?
Not anymore. I'm too shaky.
I can't stripe.
I'm
But
too
he was
shaky.
striping. I went in the back. I said, well, you stripe and show him how it's done in the new world. And he was doing some old school stuff. I'm going to do something so new it's going to be old school in 50 years.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm already old school. So
Yeah.
I can't be old school. That's my stuff.
Uh-huh.
So what do you think? I striped this while he was in the back there.
Bob might need his glasses.
Let's show the audience. What do you think? Okay.
Isn't it supposed to be flipped around there?
Wait a minute. What do we got? Oh, you're right. It was upside down. How could you tell?
Well, that's what I was.
But you know how all the stripers have got an individual their marks.
Exactly.
Well, I took this so far. I'd actually cut myself that day, and was still bleeding.
Uh-huh.
So I left some DNA on this puppy. And
Uh,
I don't know. I put a BC and left some DNA there. So here's my old school. This is so old. It's going to be new and old school 20 years from now, 50 years from now. So
Yeah.
I don't know that I still have it or not, but
But yeah, young little Corey there. Well, he's not young anymore, but I've been on him to really get his lettering down pat because I'm building that 60 style
the same
41
way.
Willys.
I got an old car I wanted to do. I said, all right, you get good enough, I'll let you do me a panel.
Mm.
And then maybe you can do my car. He's there.
Well, he's there on the pinstriping, but I want him to get real good on his lettering because I want hand-painted lettering. I don't want the vinyl stick-on lettering. I want it hand-painted lettering and gold leaf. I'm trying to replicate what I had when I was a kid. So I guess that's my bucket list.
That's, yeah, on the bucket list. So if you're not getting nothing else out of this, I just enjoy being around cool hot rod people.
Well, you know, it's
just
the camaraderie.
It's fun.
Yeah. You know, I might not see you
It's been a
for
while.
10 years.
Well, it's been that long.
Well, no, not me and you, but I mean, you know, I might not have seen you at a rod run 10 years ago and run into you in Dallas, Fort Worth, or North Carolina or something. I know you,
Yeah.
yeah. And then you get talking, and it's like you fill in them 10 years like it was yesterday.
Yesterday.
And
I'm sure you could probably go to Indiana, and you're probably famous for, I would say you're probably famous for an old Mercury.
yeah,
A 50 Merc.
51.
51.
right,
We've all had our certain cars and that, but it's not who we are.
right.
It's just part of what we
That's
do.
what they remember
Yeah.
you by. Well, you remember when we went to Chicago that year
Yeah.
to that show. I had them young people hollering at me that had babies, and it was fellas that I worked with or they worked for me. It was their kids having kids, and you know, that was a great feeling that they remembered me
Mhm.
from when they were little kids, you know, because I've always liked kids, and they'd come to the office and I'd always have candy or everything, you know, and now they're introducing me to their children.
So grandpas, all you grandpas out there, man, the only way, no, that's not a good way to put it. An exciting way to get involved with your grandkids' life is let them be part of your life.
Yes.
If you're a hot rodder, that's what you do. Let them be that. I don't know if you can see on this desk, but the front here, these flames on there.
Uh-huh.
We did this for a TV show, whatever it was called.
Motorhead Traveler.
Motorhead Traveler. They came here and did a thing here, and I said, well, okay, I'm going to build this desk while you do your thing, and they did it. So I brought my grandbabies in, and I masked them off, the flames there. I knew what I wanted, and I put paint. I had 3 colors. I had yellow and red and orange, and gave them all some, and we put them in smocks, and I told them, their moms were all here. I said, all right, let them paint my flames. Just don't let them paint it so much it turns into brown. So no, they painted my flames. So my grandbabies painted them flames.
Well, they did a good job. They got
They did. So and I just unmasked, and that looks pretty darn good.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
So it's about the memories. If we're not jarring memories on you, you're watching the wrong show. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
So who won? What was the winning slogan here?
Pain in the arse.
Yeah. And like I said, if you had a business, you knew them certain people that you had that in charge.
Which is fine. I mean, you just had to be aware of that. If they were going to be a pain, you just pay for your pain.
Yep.
And we'll make you happy.
But you know what? It was the ones that were really a pain, and you didn't want to do the job, and you wind up doing it, and the next job you did, they shake your
Yep.
hand, man,
That's
that
right.
was the greatest job.
Yep.
Then
Yep.
you feel guilty for doing that, you know, but you remember them from the last time. So you know what, if I got to put up with you picking out fly doo-doo in the rocker panel on your car, then you know what, I'm going to get paid for your pain and aggravation.
That's right. I mean, we're
But then the next time they're wonderful
the best-
people, you
the
know?
best, so
Or they told 10 of their friends and 10 of their friends came.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, I've only seen one PIA charge in my life, and it was on one of my estimates. But hopefully that guy's not watching. That was 20 years ago, probably.
It was.
It might have been
But
longer
if
than
you
that.
remember, we did the car,
We
and
did
he
we
was
did the car,
tickled.
and
I
he
mean,
was happy when it
tickled.
was done.
Yes.
I don't remember a lot of customers, but I do remember him. So, Ernie, you were asking about Ernie earlier, the hot rod man, and we both know Ernie. He's another local legend, and his son, very talented too, is in California. Colby,
Unbelievable.
upholstery guy now, working in that. So, have you ever read one of Ernie's books?
No.
He wrote 2 books, Pass It On and Coffee Break Contemplations. They're not proverbs; they don't have that same weight, but they're quick sayings by Ernie.
Uh-huh.
But we're going to have special right here. This is going to be exclusive. We want a good saying from Bondo Bob. Give us something. You got something to give us?
Well, I told you something years ago.
Uh-oh. This could be painful, so hang on.
Well, if you remember, you kind of adapted it when I told you that it's cheaper to do nothing than it is to work for nothing, because you don't have to turn the lights and gas on.
Profound. My son took that to heart a whole lot more. So now that I work for him and Josh, we get paid for what we do, and it's a fair price for a quality job.
Exactly.
That's all people want.
That's
That's
it.
And we say we don't build cars here; we build dreams.
Right.
So we need to be careful about that.
Right.
That we're not creating a dream and turning it into a nightmare.
Right.
And-
And there's so many shops that have done that. Well, you had a customer on your afternoon video from Florida that had a bad
Got burned,
experience.
yeah.
And that's what gives good shops a bad name, or not a bad name, but people are leery to come
just
to you.
mistrust, yeah,
You
and
know?
for good reason. Buyer beware.
Right.
So we always let our guests, when we have a guest, pick the book and pick one. So pick
Oh,
the
so you
book.
got 2 books and 2 people, so let
Oh,
Bob
so
pick
okay,
one.
okay, so I'll take this Coffee Break Contemplations, and I left my coffee out in the shop. But
Okay.
I don't know if he can read it without his glasses.
you need glasses.
These are big letters.
Oh, okay.
And I can hold it far enough
Okay.
back. Fear. Fear is our enemy. Love is our friend. Fear is the focus on things that are evil. Self-serving are destructive. Love is the spirit of unity that is beautiful and productive. And that's so true.
That is, and we're in the Christmas season, and we gave away some Christmas stuff, so that's a good one. Good one. So let me see what I get here. Wisdom knocks lightly on one's door and whispers, but a stubborn attitude will will require hard knocks.
That's perfect
I'm
for
from the
the.
school of hard knocks, let me tell you. So, and not a whole lot of technical hot rod today, but
No.
you may not realize it, but there's a lot of hot rod memories here.
Oh,
And just
yes.
by the things you said, you brought 100 other things to mind. So, thanks for being
You're
around. Thanks for
welcome.
being my hot rod buddy.
Oh,
And
we have many more years of it
that we can remember.
that we can remember.
Yeah. So, my suggestion to y'all: if you've got a hot rod buddy, nourish and nurture that relationship while you're building awesome cars.
Right.
And we'd love to sell you a spirit car too. So don't forget, spiritcars.com, whatever. So thanks for being with us today.
Yeah.